Right, guys, I want to show you the five best ways that I know to absolutely transform your life in just 5 weeks. Now, transforming your life does not need to come down to years of work, years of discipline, all of that stuff. You can just do these five things and you will transform who you are, the life that you live, the way that you see the world, and you'll literally be a much better person for this, which is what we all want. All right. So let's just number five will shock you. No, I'm not going to do that. Let's just get into it. Number one is go sober for 5 weeks. All right. This is just brilliant. This is so good. It's not just like the mental or the physical benefits that you get, like the clarity, the energy, the focus, the better night's sleeping, the better physique, all of this sort of stuff. It's not just about that, it's the confidence that you build during those 5 weeks of being able to go to the pub with your mates and say, nah, just a sparkling water for me, just a J2O, anything like that. That builds so much confidence in yourself because you're comfortable. You're just like, I don't feel the need to booze just because everyone else is. And what you're also doing is you are sticking to something. You're saying, yeah, I can go without booze for 5 weeks, which, when you, especially in England, I don't know what the rest of the world is like, if you ask someone to do that, they'll say that's ridiculous. And if they actually try it, they won't last 5 weeks. All right, they won't. They'll give up. They'll come up with an excuse. Oh, it was so and so's birthday, so we went out, or I just had a few beers at home, or fuck it, I just wanted one after work. It was sunny. That's an excuse. Most people can't do it, so just do this and just be like, boom, that's a win. All right. You get so many benefits, and also it gives you time to reframe what alcohol is, which is literally poison. Like, yes, I'm not saying that I'm completely sober. I still have the occasional drink now and then, but I still know what it is. I still know how it fucks my body up, and my mind, and my energy, and my ambition, and motivation. It fucks all of that up. But I will have the occasional drink now and then. And it is poison. If you haven't read the book How to Control Alcohol by Alan Carr, I would highly recommend that. That's such a fantastic book for reframing how you view alcohol. It's not going to be like, you're never going to drink again. It's just like, oh, I see it differently now. I see it for what it really is. Instead of it being like a way to relax after a hard day's work, it's just poison. So, and what he talks about in the book is that no one likes their first drink. No one likes it. You remember, like, the first time you had a beer or vodka, like, you didn't like it. You didn't. If you're honest with yourself, we all had to start on these like fruity, sweet drinks to ease our way into it, which is like super fucked up because you're thinking, oh, I'll settle for the tasty poison before I go on to the nasty stuff. Like, you never start off with like whiskey straight away when you're 16 and enjoy it. All right, so go sober for 5 weeks and just see how you view the world, see how your life changes. See also the people that call you out for it, the people that are like, oh, you're boring, because they've shown their true colors. They've said to you, oh, I don't like that you're trying to change yourself because it makes me feel bad for not doing that. And that's a positive. You know who's a good friend and who isn't. So that's one way. Another is to go traveling for 5 weeks. Boom. Easy. By far the biggest or the best decision that I ever made, like, was going traveling. Like, all my growth, all my success has stemmed from this decision to book a one-way flight to Thailand. All right. And I had no idea what life was going to be like. I was earning no money, well, pretty much no money. I had pretty much no money in the bank account. I just knew that I was giving myself a chance to rebuild my life on a blank canvas, which is very powerful. If you're feeling lost, if you're feeling like you haven't got control of your life, if you can put yourself in a scenario where you have the opportunity to build your life however you want it, then that's a very beautiful and inspiring and motivating thing to do. And a lot of people don't do this. They think, oh, well, what about the risk? What's the risk? The worst case scenario is you go home after 5 weeks, have loads of stories, and you're probably better off after it anyway. So do it now while you can, before you get tied down with mortgages, kids, all of this sort of stuff. Go traveling whilst you still have the opportunity, because I guarantee you won't have the opportunity at some point in your life. There are a lot of older people who, when I first moved here, said, I wish I did that, man. I really wish I did that. And I don't want to get to the end of my life or like, well, just older and have those regrets, and neither do you. So it's time to just start taking action on what you actually want to do. So our recommendations for places are Thailand is great, Koh Samui or Chiang Mai. Bangkok is good, but you need to be here long term in order to appreciate it. Bali, Medellin in Colombia, that's somewhere that I really want to visit. So it's not going to cost you a lot of money in these places. You can get by for like 5 weeks, maybe 2, 3K, and you'll have an unbelievable experience. You'll come home a new person. I see that as worth the investment. Number three is training every day. And yeah, I've said this before, it might not be optimal training every single day, but the benefits of when it comes to the mental are optimal. The no rest day mentality will bleed into other areas of your life and you start improving. Is you do daily content, you do daily reading, more work. Like when you know that you're acting in accordance with your higher self, when you know that you're pushing your limits and you're working harder than everyone else, you build so much confidence and actually everything becomes easier. I talk about this with my friends. It's like everything's easy now that you've consistently put yourself under daily pressure. Like, oh, it's just like, oh, I have to go do that. Easy. I've been doing the hard shit for a while now, so everything becomes easy. I also recommend doing full body. You could just do, all right, Monday arms, Tuesday shoulders, Wednesday back, but do full body every day. Show yourself what you're made of. Push yourself every single day. And the usual stuff, make sure you're eating enough, getting enough sleep, and your physique will have an insane transformation, along with the mental transformation of just being like, yeah, this is how I operate. This is my standard now, which is so valuable. You get to the end of the 5 weeks, and you operate at a higher level and you just take that into the rest of your life. Super good to do. I've been training every day for a while now and I've just not looked back. I'll train every day for as long as I can. Number four is invest in a mentor. Now, sometimes if you're in a position where you don't know where to go in life, you're struggling to gain control of what you're doing, things aren't progressing as you think they would, it's so much easier to have an outside perspective, someone who can guide you, someone who can say, oh, you're actually doing this wrong. This is where I went wrong. I'm going to teach you how to do it better. Okay. And as well as that, a lot of our internal struggles, we don't even realize we have. All right. Like you may have limiting beliefs or self confidence issues that you don't even realize. So having someone that's further along down the road from you to be able to point that out is going to help you make so much more progress. And it's not just about the physical transformation, or not the physical transformation, sorry, not it's not just the transformation that your mentor offers. Let's say they say, I'm going to turn you, like give you this physique in 5 weeks, or help you achieve this mindset or this income. It's not just that. When you get to the end of the 5 weeks, you have a lot more trust in yourself. You've invested in yourself. You said, look, I'm paying this person to teach me and I trust myself to take action and to do what the work. Okay, that's a very important step. You always need to invest in yourself constantly. Okay, and you should never be afraid of doing this. I've never regretted the mentors that I've invested in, even the ones that have like pretty much fucked me over. Never regretted that, because you always learn. You always learn how to identify who's legit and who can actually help you, who is looking out for your best interests versus the ones who aren't, which unfortunately there are some out there. But you always make returns, whether that's financial, physical, mental, you always make returns by investing in a mentor. You just need to put your ego to one side and do exactly what they say. All right. Number five is wake up at 4 a.m. every day for 5 weeks. All right. And this is the one that most people are not going to do. And it's the one that everyone should do because it's the one that's the most difficult. Okay. It's a challenge. It's not easy waking up at 4 a.m. every single day for 5 weeks. But you improve massive discipline. You show yourself what you're made of. When it's tired, it's cold, the bed is super warm and comfy, and you don't want to get up, it's dark outside. You show yourself what you're made of, and you keep that promise that you made to yourself of like, yeah, I said I'm just going to get up at 4 a.m., time to get to work. Now that you have those extra 2-3 hours a day, you have to actually use them effectively to make progress. So, like, here, go for a run, create daily content, starting your side hustle on working on your side hustle, going to the gym. I love going to the gym early, like, and by the time I'm leaving the gym, everyone's just turning up. I love that. It's like I'm so far ahead of you guys. Read, sharpen your axe. Okay, so working on your own skills. How can you become more valuable? All right, and preparing for the day of war ahead. Preparing for your day, thinking, right, I've got this, and this to do. What do I need to set up? What do I need to get ready now in this time available that I have in order to make the most progress possible? Okay. You could also start reflecting on the day just gone, otherwise known as yesterday, to see, right, from this time to this time I was scrolling my phone, right? So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to turn off my phone all afternoon, put it in a drawer, boom, done. Not going to have that problem again. Always analyzing what you've done yesterday in order to make progress tomorrow. All right. You'll see that these 5 things are super simple. Like, it's not like difficult. I'm not saying start a 6-figure business. I'm not saying do all of this. This is achievable for everyone watching this video. And that's why so many people don't do it, because it is simple. People think, oh, it's simple, so it's not going to be meaningful. But the results that you have after these 5 weeks will change your life. I can guarantee that. All right. You just need to stick with it. You just need to make that promise to yourself and then think, right, let's get to work. All right. Every time you think about saying, oh, it's been 3.5 weeks, I'm tired, I don't want to wake up at 4, that's enough for me. That's you breaking your promise to yourself. That's you showing the universe that you can't keep that promise. You can't put the work in. You can't stay consistent. All right. And that's detrimental. That's detrimental to your own self image. So you don't want to do that. You need to commit and say, look, these 5 weeks are going to be difficult, but I'm going to come out of it a new man. I'm going to come out of it operating at a higher level. Okay. So choose one of these, choose the hardest one. All right. And get to work. Simple. Don't try and overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. All right. I hope you like this video. I hope you enjoy the 5 weeks ahead. I'll see you tomorrow.